Hey everyone! Today I'm going to talk about variables, but more specifically, I will try to explain leftness and rightness in human design. As for variables, I will touch on a few basics because this topic is huge. If you have your human design chart ready, make sure it is the one with 4 arrows on top of your body map, which is the image in the center with all the centers and gates. You will notice 4 usually red colored arrows and 2 on each side of body chart. One good source for your free chart is Genetic Matrix. I will put a link below. My name is Barchi. I'm a gentle guide here to inspire, empower, and support you to be your most precious, authentic self. Okay, so take a look at the arrows and let's start on the top left. We have digestion first. Digestion isn't so much about the type of food we eat, but how to eat in order to feed our brain. Here comes the leftness and the rightness I was talking about. The arrow in this case determines if our brain is left, active, or right, perceptive. If you have a left brain, this brain wants to be active. It constantly needs stimulation. It likes to be busy, and it also needs proper food. Here, I invite you to check my video on food and human design to know what is the best way to eat for you. The reason why is this important is that if you feed your brain the correct way, it will serve you because your brain is always on. It never stops. So it needs fuel. Okay, the way your brain works is it likes to be focused on something or search for something it needs and really blocks all the rest out. Like a camera zoomed on a particular spot and the rest of the image is blurry. And this camera looks around until it finds what it's looking for. So it's very active and strategic. On the contrary, we have right brain, which is perceptive, and it just takes it all in. It doesn't do any selection, it doesn't focus on anything, but it just welcomes and takes it all in. A person with a right brain can have issues finding an exact thing in their minds because it's not their job to do that. It's the other person's job. The right brain is just here to be receptive, to be a source of information. The problem with that is because the world still runs on an active, strategic way. Everything in our lives is about doing, planning, strategy, not about being. And this is where people with a right brain can feel pressured and conditioned. And keep that in mind. I will also say a few words on that at the very end. So stay tuned. Let's take a look at the bottom arrow on the left hand side. This one is called the environment. This means how our body functions in the outer world. Does the environment support it or not? It is usually not about the physical space, but your role in the environment. I've made a video on this too. It is called What is Your Human Design Environment? And I invite you to check it out if you want to know the basics. When you have a left arrow environment, you have an active role in the environment where you live. You like to be engaged in your environment, and the opposite is true when your arrow is facing right. Then your role is receptive. You allow the body to relax in the environment. Your body shouldn't be active. You shouldn't be running around, but being relaxed into the role of the environment. So do check that video out to know more. And I would love to hear your questions below. Okay, I will skip perspective, which is the bottom right arrow. In short, it tells us how your mind sees, notices everything that is around them, as well as interests that they have. So it is your mind perceiving the action around it. It's either aware of everything that is happening, which means also a field of interest, or is it focused on a certain thing only? And again, this can be an interest as well, and if it's focused, is obviously left active, and if it's broad, it is right perceptive. Okay. The last one I wanted to touch on is awareness. That is on the top, basically that is the top right arrow. This is called motivation, what is basically your driving force to do something or not do anything for that matter. I personally find this one so valuable, and I've done a video on that one too. It is called What is Your Human Design Motivation? So do check it out, especially if you're a projector. This basically means what will your mind demand from your brain, or what is your underlying motive to do or not do anything, right? Okay, if you have left, you shouldn't pick everything, but just focus on one thing at a time. And for the left, it's really great if you focus on the things that you need to learn, not on the things that you already know. And that refers to studies and everything really. And if you have right, try to be in the now. Try to be present and really soak it all in. This way you will get everything you need just with being present. Okay, to conclude, from a combination of these 4 arrows, we get 16 different designs, which go from the very left to the very right. And there is one last thing I wanted to say about leftness and rightness. For everyone who doesn't fully accept any of their rightness, know that we are progressing as species from left to the right side, from always having a task or doing something in order to survive, to the state where we deeply trust in the alignment with the whole and know when to act. Everything that is right demands trust, because the mind can wrap around it, can't plan it. The rightness really comes down to trust, not being active, just be in the now, to bring in all the awareness, and that's all. That's really all. Okay, know you yourself can live your design in the best possible way. So explore your basics, explore your foundation, get comfortable with it, because it is here to serve you. Let me know if the information resonated, or even better, tell me what kind of questions do you have for me on this. I would love to answer them the best way I can. Thank you so much for listening, and yeah, like or subscribe, okay? Thank you. See you next time.